my 2019 multimedia major work, I am making an animated film featuring 2D, 3D, and traditional animation. As you can see right now, I am working on the 3D model of my film's protagonist. I am using Autodesk Maya to produce the model, but prior to this step, I had to make a 2D reference image of the character in order to have something to work off in Maya. Planning before the development of the model included reference drafts and playing around with the character design until I was satisfied. The design would also be the same design of the protagonist throughout the other varieties of animation. This wasn't my first time using Maya to make a model, but that being, I was no professional and often turned to YouTube tutorials and Maya forums for help. I ran into relatively small problems like forgetting key shortcuts and flipping objects. However, I had to follow a tutorial for building them out. For the 2D portion of my film, I used two programs, TV Paint Animation Pro and Paint Toolset. I used TV Paint to produce the animatic and sketch layers and then lined and colored the rest inside. Despite being quite familiar with both of these programs, I wasn't too adept at 2D animation itself, so I relied a lot on a book called The Animator's Survival Kit by Richard Williams and walk cycles provided on YouTube. In order to produce the traditionally animated segment of my film, I needed a multiplane camera to work with. But multiplane cameras aren't things that I typically found lying around, so with some help from my teacher, we produced our own smaller rendition of a multiplane camera in the Word workrooms using a projector and some scrapped wood. Before going on to build the multiplane, I made a very bootleg prototype using wood and acrylic planes, which was also translated into the final version to replace the glass planes, as it's more efficient and it's lighter and I won't break it immediately, to get an idea of how I wanted the end product to function. Precautions had to be taken during the development of the multiplane as we were in the woodwork rooms and using sharp objects. So in order to be safe in the workspace, we equipped earmuffs and glasses and took extra caution when using the machines. Thanks for watching.